My name's Semrau, she, her, and my job is I'm a teacher at the Ann Arbor Public Schools. This was my passport picture when I moved from the Philippines to the United States, and I was about 2 years old. We're very much community oriented. There is kind of a sense of almost happiness and just patience. I remember going to the Philippines when I was in college and I went on my own. And I was traveling on my own. I was in this bus that would take you from one place to the other. And it had like the chickens and like the goats and everybody was on the bus, and it breaks down and it's stuck there for a while. And you think about like in the US, people would get angry and get upset and get impatient. But in that window of that bus breaking down, there was so much laughter and just chatter, and everybody just kind of dealt with it. And that's what I really appreciate. We all just enjoy being together, and we just enjoy like just the food and the camaraderie and just sharing the stories. So that's what I would want people to get from understanding Filipino culture a little bit more. Lots of laughter, lots of singing. Sometimes it's, I find like a lot of it is just based on education. Like they just need to understand a little bit more, like where geographically all of this is, and that a lot of times people kind of clump Asians as just this one country, whereas there are just so many different parts of it. I joined the Peace Corps, and I was in Bolivia, South America for about 3.5 years. And there was a stereotype of what Americans should look like. And I didn't fit that stereotype. So a lot of the people in the community just figured, oh, she's not really American because she doesn't look like an American. She doesn't look like the person that we see on TV. So that, once again, was still a lot of education, trying to get them to understand that I am American. I just don't fit the stereotype that they think. I felt like maybe there was something about the Philippines, like some sort of trauma as a child, that I couldn't remember anything. Granted, I was only about 2 years old when I left, and I thought that by going back to the Philippines, I would remember something, but I didn't remember anything. And then it was a strange feeling thinking that I was a stranger in my homeland because I didn't feel Filipino. I couldn't speak the language. It was all still a new cultural thing for me. There are all these cultural nuances that I didn't know about, like bringing little gifts for everybody and, just doing these little things. I didn't know how to navigate that because I was traveling by myself. So it was that cultural identity thing really came to, it kind of peaked there because I didn't feel like I was very American, but then I didn't feel like I was very Filipino either. Now, many years later, I realize that's how a lot of Filipino Americans feel, or just like anybody who comes from another culture. You're like in this limbo. I'm not really that, but I'm not really that either. So what am I? So it was interesting, and just seeing things from a different perspective where you can pick out some of the Filipino values that I grew up with, but then also seeing it from the American cultural perspective. It's just an interesting situation to be in.